Hi, Leo. It is so good to see you today. How are you feeling? You look a little bit tired.
Oh, hi, Maya. Honestly, I am exhausted. I feel like I have been running around all day long. I have so many things to do, Maya. I am just so busy.
I can see that. You have that busy look on your face. But tell me, Leo, when you say you are busy, what does that really mean for you today?
Well, let me think. I woke up, I checked my emails, then I started a report, then I remembered I had to call my bank, then I went back to the report, then I cleaned the kitchen for a minute. I feel like I am doing everything at the same time, but nothing is finished.
That is such a common feeling, Leo. You're using a great word there, busy. In English, when we say we are busy, it usually means we have a lot of activities. But there is another word that is very important. That word is productive.
Productive. I know that word, but I think I get them confused. Is being busy the same as being productive?
That is a great question, Leo, and it's exactly what I wanted to talk about today. Being busy is about the quantity of things you do. It's like running in a circle. You are moving fast, but you stay in the same place. Being productive, however, is about the quality. It means you are moving forward. You are getting things done.
Getting things done. I like that phrase. It sounds successful. So if I'm productive, I'm finishing my tasks?
Exactly. Let me give you an example to make it clear. Imagine two people. Person A answers 50 emails, but none of them are important. They spend the whole day clicking and typing. That person is very busy. Now, imagine person B. Person B writes only one very important letter that helps them get a new job. That person is productive. Do you see the difference?
I do. Person A is moving a lot, but person B is getting a result. I think today I am definitely person A. I'm just moving a lot. You know, Maya, sometimes I feel guilty if I'm not busy. Is that normal for people who speak English too?
It is very normal, Leo. We often feel like we must be doing something every second, but sometimes doing less is actually better. Let me tell you a little story about my Tuesday last week.
Oh, I love your stories. What happened on Tuesday?
Well, I woke up and I had a huge to-do list. You know what a to-do list is, right?
Yes, it's a list of all the things you need to do. I have one, but it's very long and it scares me.
Mine was scary too. It had 15 things on it. I spent the first 3 hours of the morning jumping from one task to another. I checked my phone, I started the laundry, I read one page of a book, I looked at a work project. At noon, I looked at my list and I had finished zero, not one thing. I was very busy, but I was not productive at all.
That sounds exactly like my morning today. So what did you do? Did you just keep going?
No, I stopped. I took a deep breath. I told myself, Maya, stop being busy, start being productive. I picked the most important task, just one, and I turned off my phone. I worked on that one thing for 2 hours, and you know what? I finished it. I felt so much better.
That's interesting. So you focused on one thing. I think I have trouble with that. I want to do everything at once. What do you call that in English when you do many things at the same time?
We call that multitasking. Multitasking. Multi means many, and tasks are the jobs or things you need to do. Many people think multitasking is a good thing, but usually it just makes us busy and stressed.
Multitasking. I'm going to write that down. Well, I'll remember it. Multitasking is the enemy of productivity, then.
Often, yes. You know, Leo, for our friends listening at home, or maybe while they are cooking or walking right now, I want to ask them something. Maybe they can think about this and tell us later. Are you a multitasker? Do you try to do 5 things at once? Or do you prefer to focus on one thing? It's a great question to think about in English.
That is a good question. I think I am a multitasker, but not a good one. Maya, you said something earlier. You said getting things done. Can you explain that phrase a bit more? I hear it in movies a lot.
Of course. To get something done simply means to complete a task. It's a very common way to say finish. For example, I need to get my homework done, or I need to get the grocery shopping done. It's a very natural way to say finish.
Okay, I see. So if I finish my report, I can say I got my report done.
Perfect. Exactly. You're using the past tense there. Got. I got it done. It feels good to say, doesn't it?
It does. It feels like a relief. By the way, Maya, before we continue, I just want to say to everyone listening, if you're enjoying this talk between Maya and me, maybe you could give us a like. It helps us know that you are there listening with us.
That's very kind, Leo. Yes, we love knowing who is out there learning with us. Now, back to our day. Let's talk about the word priorities. Have you heard that one?
Priorities. I think so. It's about what's most important.
Yes, a priority is the thing that needs your attention first. If you have 10 things to do, you need to choose your top priorities. Let me give you another example from my life. Last month, I wanted to learn how to bake bread. I wanted to clean my whole garage, and I wanted to finish a big project at work.
That is a lot of things for 1 month.
It was a lot. I was trying to do everything. I was so busy that I was becoming unhappy. So I sat down and asked, what is my priority? The bread could wait. The garage could wait. The work project was the priority. When I decided that, the pressure went away.
So having fewer priorities makes you more productive?
Exactly. It's about focus. When we talk about our day in English, instead of saying, I'm so busy, we can try to say, I'm focusing on my priorities. It sounds much more positive, don't you think?
It sounds much more professional, too. I'm focusing on my priorities. I like it. But Maya, what about when people ask you how is your day and you really were just busy with small things? Like you went to the post office, then the supermarket, then you picked up the kids. That's not one big priority, but it's a lot of work.
That's a very real situation. We call those errands.
Errands. How do you spell that?
ERRANDS. Errands are those small daily tasks, going to the bank, buying milk, picking up a package. You can say, I spent the afternoon running errands.
Running errands. Why do we use the verb running? Do I have to run?
No, you don't have to run. Running errands just means you are going from one place to another to get those small things done. It's a very common idiom. You can say, I'm sorry I'm late. I was running errands all morning.
Oh, I see. So if I'm running errands, I am busy, but I'm still getting things done, just small things.
Precisely. And that leads me to another story. This one is about my friend Sarah. Sarah is the busiest person I know. She's always running around. Every time I call her, she says, Maya, I can't talk. I'm so busy. But when I ask her what she did at the end of the week, she can't remember.
That's a bit sad. She is busy, but maybe she isn't enjoying her life?
That's exactly the point, Leo. She's busy being busy. Sometimes we use busy as an excuse because we don't want to think about what is actually important. We fill our time with small tasks, those errands we talked about, so we don't have to start the big, difficult tasks.
I do that. If I have a difficult email to write, suddenly I think, oh, I really need to organize my pens by color right now.
We all do that. That is called procrastination. It's a long word, but it just means waiting to do something important by doing something unimportant instead.
Procrastination. I've heard that one. It's a big word for a simple problem.
It is. So, Leo, here's a little tip for your English and for your life. When you feel busy, ask yourself, am I being productive or am I just procrastinating on something difficult?
That is deep, Maya. I need to think about that. Let me think. Today, I was cleaning the kitchen because I didn't want to finish my report, so I was procrastinating. Wow, you caught me.
It happens to the best of us. You know, for everyone listening, if you are finding this helpful, it would be wonderful if you subscribe to our podcast, English Day by Day. We want to be part of your daily routine, whether you are running errands or just relaxing.
Yes, come join us. Maya, I have another question. Sometimes people say they are tied up. What does that mean? Are they literally tied with a rope?
No, not usually. To be tied up is a very common way to say you are busy and cannot leave. For example, I'm sorry, I'm tied up in a meeting right now. It means the meeting is holding you there and you are not free.
Okay, so tied up means I'm not free.
Can I use it for social things, like I'm tied up this weekend?
Yes, absolutely. It's a little more informal and sounds very natural. It's like saying your time is already taken by something else.
That's a good one to use. I'll try to use that next time someone asks me to do something when I'm already busy. I mean, when I'm already productive.
Exactly. And remember, it's okay to say no sometimes so you can stay productive. You know, Leo, we talk a lot about work, but being productive can also be about your personal life. For example, if your goal is to relax, then sitting on the sofa for 20 minutes without your phone is being productive.
Wait, really? Sitting on the sofa can be productive?
If your goal is to rest and recharge your energy, then yes, because after you rest, you will have more energy to get things done. If you sit on the sofa but you are checking emails and feeling stressed, then you are just being busy. You aren't resting and you aren't working.
That makes so much sense. It's about the intention. Why am I doing this?
Exactly. Intention is everything. Let's look at some phrases we can use to describe a productive day. We already said getting things done. Another one is, I had a very fruitful day.
Fruitful? Like a fruit? Like an apple or a banana?
Exactly. Think of a tree. A fruitful tree is a tree that produces a lot of fruit. So a fruitful day is a day that produces a lot of good results. It's a very elegant way to speak.
I like that. I had a very fruitful day. It sounds very positive and full of life.
It is. Or you could say, I was very focused today. That is a simple, clear way to say you were productive.
I have a question for the listeners. Maybe they can write this in the comments. What makes a fruitful day for you? Is it finishing work? Is it spending time with family? Is it practicing English? I would love to know what makes you feel like you are moving forward.
That's a lovely question, Leo. I hope many people answer it. For me, a fruitful day is when I learn something new, even if it's just one new word or a new way to cook something.
You are always learning, Maya. That's why you're such a good teacher. You know, talking about this makes me feel less stressed. I realize that I don't need to do everything, I just need to do the right things.
That is a beautiful way to put it, Leo. The right things. We often think that more is better. More emails, more chores, more hours. But often, less is actually more if it is the right thing.
I'm going to try to remember that tomorrow. When I wake up, instead of looking at my long to-do list and feeling busy, I will choose 2 priorities, 2 things to get done.
That is a perfect plan. And don't forget to take breaks. A productive person knows when to stop. If you work for 5 hours without a break, your brain gets tired and you start making mistakes. Then you have to spend more time fixing the mistakes.
So taking a break is actually being productive because it helps you work better later.
You got it. You're learning fast. You know, we've used a lot of great words today. Let's just repeat a few of them for our friends who are listening while they travel or clean. We talked about being busy versus being productive. We talked about getting things done, running errands, priorities, multitasking, and procrastination.
And fruitful. Don't forget fruitful.
Of course, and tied up. These are all words you can use to describe your day. Instead of just saying, my day was okay, you can say, it was a bit busy. I was running errands, but I got the most important things done.
That sounds so much more like a natural English speaker. It's not just about the words, it's about how you feel about your time.
Exactly. English is a tool to express your life. And your life is not just a list of tasks. It is a series of moments.
Wow, Maya, that's very poetic. I feel much better now. I think I'm ready to go and be productive, after a small break, of course.
A break is a great idea, Leo. You've worked hard today just by having this conversation and practicing your English. That is very productive.
Thank you, Maya. I really enjoy our chats. It feels like I'm learning without even trying.
That is the best way to learn. And for everyone listening, thank you for spending this time with us. We know you are busy, so we appreciate that you chose to be productive by listening to English Day by Day.
Yes, thank you, everyone. Don't forget to tell us about your fruitful moments in the comments. We love reading them.
Remember, learning a language is a journey. It happens little by little, day by day. Don't feel like you have to learn everything at once. Just keep showing up, keep listening, and keep practicing. You are doing a great job.
You really are. I'm proud of myself, and I'm proud of you too, listener.
Well said, Leo. Let's finish here for today. Stay calm, stay focused, and most importantly, enjoy your day, whether it is busy, productive, or just a nice, slow day of rest.
Bye, everyone. See you in the next episode.
Goodbye. See you next time.